I don't know if this is an argument anyone is making other than me, of course, but I think the bounty posters of Bucky the Clown, Roxy Zebek, and Eustace Kid are all corruptions of the bounty posters that we see of Monkey D. Luffy throughout the series, because the first bounty poster that we see of Monkey D. Luffy, his eyes are closed, he is grinning, and he is waving towards the camera. This is his introduction to the world at large as a pirate. This then evolves in the post-time skip in which his eyes are still closed. He has a more conservative grin and his hand is grasping towards the camera as to say he has gained power and influence, but he still has the same joyful demeanor that he had when he first started out. However, then this evolves in the post-time skip after the defeat of Kaido and when Luffy becomes an emperor after unlocking Gear 5th, because in his final one-up poster as an emperor of the sea, as a Yonko, we see him covering his eyes with his hand, no longer grasping towards the camera as he is laughing now, because now he has reached his peak in both in mastering the powers of his Devil Fruit and being one of the major superpowers in the world of One Piece. So he is there. He is at the top. He is now so close to the treasure known as One Piece. This is then corrupted with the bounty posters of Rox D. Zebek and Buggy the Clown, because in both wanted posters, which are very, very similar, by the way, we've done videos on this already, but both their eyes are wide open. They are laughing with their tongues sticking out, and they are grasping for the camera as to say, I will take what the world has to offer at any cost with my unbelievable power. It's crazed. It's piratey. It's possessive, which is a complete contrast to the friendly demeanor Luffy has throughout all of his bounty posters. That's why I say it's very likely that Rox D. Zebek and Buggy the Clown are related. But this whole thing is then inverse when you look at Kid's bounty poster, because Kid, from the very start, for a number of reasons, was always supposed to be the evil doppelganger, I guess you could say, or the more vicious doppelganger of Monkey D. Luffy. Because Kid's bounty poster after the events of Wano has his hand faced into himself. So the viewer is seeing the back of his hand, not just his hand, but his metal fake hand, as he is laughing towards the camera with his eyes wide open, as to say, I will claim what the world has to offer for myself and defeat all of those who mocked me in the past. The reason why this is a bit interesting is because in showing his metal hand, it shows that he has been wounded. This bravado that he has is false. This still reads as someone who has not learned the lessons of fights that he has been through along his journey, which I find very interesting, which then parallels to his defeat by the hands of red-haired Shanks after the defeat of Big Mom. So that's why I think is going on. Buggy and Zebek are a corruption or a slight different take on what Luffy's bounty posters have been reading like throughout the series, whereas Kid's is a complete inversion of what Luffy stands for, which I find very interesting. But with that being said, no, I don't think Zebek is related to Kid at all. And I think this shows it just in the demeanor of how their bounty posters are presented. But with that being said, give me your thoughts and tell your friends about Polypede. What?